Phone calls, man. Sorry about the interruptions. Sorry about the interruptions. Sorry about the interruptions, my peoples. Remember what I told you the other day is like right when we get to going off a topic, people are always gonna call. Bad timing. Some of the worst timing out there. Some of the craziest timing, bro. It's like I'll get on a live all morning, won't get no phone calls, but as soon as I get on the lives, man, somebody's gonna call. Somebody's gonna hit me up, mess up the whole topic at hand, man. I'm like, damn, bro, people gonna have the worst timing in calling Savage, man. Craziness. They did it again. They sniped me, my bro. It's like people always seem to like watch for notifications, and when I get on the live, they're watching, and then they just gonna call me, and I'm gonna be like, damn, bro, why you gotta call? Because what it does is it makes my whole volume silent. I can't even record. So back to what I was saying, man. I always have seen it like that, bro. Like people, especially if they're like OGs or some shit, instead of being like, hey, the homie gave us some flowers. The homie gave us some shine. The homie showing respect and love. They always gonna put it out there like they're kind of a little upset or offended. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, bro, to be real, let's be real, homie. There's only certain handfuls of neighborhoods and organizations that people actually hear in the Denver metro. Outside of the big organizations, little hoods and little neighborhoods, bro, nobody ever is gonna even hear about that shit besides if you're tapped in the Denver metro. And if your neighborhood hasn't made noise throughout the whole Denver metro, you're not even seen all the way across the Denver metro. You're just seen in the little circle of people that know you. So when I was talking about the West Side Ballers, which they deserve a lot of respect, people across the Denver metro in the Box State don't even know this neighborhood. A lot of people haven't even heard of this neighborhood, especially going east or going into like Aurora, Montalvo. Nobody's going to even recognize that, right? Which I know because I'm tapped in. I got family members and I know a couple of them fools. They're recognized because they're a part of the Denver history. So I'm basically showing love. I'm basically giving love to the OGs that made a lot of the 90s what it was. I do that off of just GP, you know what I'm saying? But it's always somebody that's like, bro, you didn't say something right. You didn't say something right. Instead of it saying, hey, he's showing us love, it's always some, bro, you got some information wrong. Like, fuck all that. Like, I really didn't even have to talk about little neighborhood that you're from. But I respect what you created. I respect the history. That's the point. You know what I'm saying? Like, embrace that shit. Embrace that shit. And that's the reality. What up with it, man? Mohai salute. Yeah, I'm moving, bro. I'm moving. I'm just over here getting it in. You know, I just see it like that, bro. There's a lot of people that want to have a voice about different things, bro, but they could never be in a position where they actually they're tapped in all the way to have a story on any type of platform. And no disrespect, but that's the truth. Like, that's the reality, homie. When's your last day? Monday. Sunday night we gotta have the keys. Monday, I think so. Like, that's the longest we could be here. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we just getting it out, bro, because we're not gonna sleep here no more. We're headed to that new apartment, you know. You already know. What's good, fam? Yeah, man. I'm just over here just getting all this stuff boxed. Box State business. So man, I just ask a lot of individuals, bro, like see it from a try to open your mind, like expand your mind, bro. Like expand your mind. If somebody takes it out there day and time to actually give your neighborhood some shine or your what you grew up, try to see it from an aspect that it's all love instead of getting offended and pressed. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look at stuff different, bro, because not everything is just negativity, bro. Like if you made the aura in Denver what it was with different aspect of politicking and you're getting some love, take it as a sign of respect. Because there's a lot of times, bro, like there's a lot of times when I think about different certain neighborhoods and I think about different things in the town, a lot of times the politicking don't even add up to authenticness, bro. But I know that there's riders. I know that there's actually official riders from every sector in the city. It doesn't matter where you from, bro. There's gonna be a rider from every sector, even the ones that people don't even acknowledge as real neighborhoods or cliques. There's gonna be a fool that's gonna ride for that shit wholeheartedly because people tend to ride for what they believe in. If they believe in it that much, they're gonna ride with it 100% all the way across. I got a little bit of help yesterday, my homie. We got majority of the stuff though, the big stuff. The homie came through. Shout out to the homie Ghost. Alexa, Matt Cable. Alexa, volume down to 2. You need help moving? When's your last day? Yeah, bro. We had the homie come through yesterday. He helped all the way across the board. And this is all we have. This is all we have left right here. And to be real, I'm gonna be real with the community, homie. That's kind of why another thing is too. I kind of do what I want to do, homie, regardless of like people get mad at it. But to be real with you, the whole time I've been doing this YouTube thing, there's always people that always have that mentality, homie. And that's kind of why, for me, I backed off of just like doing videos, giving people's clicks and neighborhoods shine, bro. Because it's like, for me, it's like, bro, if you can't get behind a movement for the box state, I really don't know what kind of individual you really are, bro. So it's like, it's more of a situation where it kind of gets like played out to give all these circles and different units love and respect and shine, bro. Like, that's why I kind of just backed away from that shit. Yeah, I hate moving too, homie. Like, I hate it. I hate moving, to be honest. But hey, you got to do what you have to do, man. You got to keep going, you know? I'm trying to get a 6-pack. I got a 12-pack, fool. Boom. But I'm gonna tell you like this. Somebody that got a 6-pack and a bird chest, I'm just gonna cave it in. Boom. And then that 6-pack's just gonna deflate. I got a whole 6 kegger, fool. All high salute to the riders, though. Hope everybody's good. That's why, like, honestly, bro, I'm just going to go back to straight football, homie. I'm just going to go back to straight football content and smash on football content. Smash on some football content, my brothers. Y'all at work right now, putting in some work. Niggas trying to trade you. Ugh. Nah, I don't think that's a good move, man. I don't think that's a good move whatsoever. What's up with it, man? What up with it, Kill? I'm just over here, man, getting this stuff together, my bro. Hell yeah, man. I'm moving. It's pretty decent, my brother. But we moving all this stuff, man. Ooh, who you talking about? Wi-Fi? The only zesty fool I know in the NBA is oh boy, he used to play for Orlando Magic, bro. He was caught messing with the trannies. Damn. Who's the one that drafted the Zesty? The Zesty is his bestie. Damn, they drafted the ZS, the Midwest Zest. That's terrible, bro. Sports is ridiculous, fool. We appreciate you and what you do. And regardless of the content, the real ones will hit me. Yeah, homie, I already know, bro. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. I find a lot of crybabies in the city, bro. Like a lot of crybabies that they so pressed behind getting some love. Homie, they cry and they'll make it a bigger situation instead of just, hey, that fool giving the little homies, the little ones some love, bro. Because reality, if you ain't Bloods, Crips, Norteños, or Sureños, homie, or the bigger organizations like the G and the Inca Boys, nobody really knows of like other neighborhoods, homie. Nobody, I'm sorry to say this might make offended, but nobody knows of the South Side Stills and the main politicking, bro. That's like a little circle of people are going to know that from the South Side. East Side fools is not going to really know that. Black fools are not going to know that. You know what I'm saying? If you're like Gambino family, the West Side's not going to know that. The North Side's not going to know the Gambino family. Like, you know, it's like you got to be the top aspect of like organizations to even be known by a lot of people, bro. So, you know, I went out on my way. I was like, let me show the little homie, let me show the littler ones some love. Let me show if you're part of the Denver culture and the history, Savage Said is going to show your neighborhood love. I might not know everything because I'm not from your sector, but I'm going to show you guys some love. I'm going to do whoever made up the history, and there's a history behind your neighbor. I'm going to show your neighborhood, your circle, tagging crews. Like nobody even like acknowledges that shit, bro, to be honest. And it's not hate. It's just you're not on a spectrum that got a resume like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the reality, bro. But you always, I tend to find fools from them little organizations, them little cliques, they got the most to say. They're like, you didn't say something about the hood that was right. How dare you? I'm like, damn, fool. You got hella press behind that. Is Ghost going back over there? Nah, hell no. He was tired, fool. That little fool, he went straight to sleep. What's up with it? Don't forget to hit the like button. Yeah, man. Hit the like button, Rotters. Banned should be deported for asking such a question. Y'all fools are wild. How you feel about Trump? How do I feel about Trump? Man, I don't want to do this politics stuff right now, man. I don't want to do this politics, bro. Last time I did the politic, there was like 100 people on the live and everybody was just mad. Everybody had their panties in a bunch. You know what I'm saying? You know my stance, bro. I'm not going to switch up the stance, bro. I can't talk about it right now. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody be tripping. I had random people in the live going crazy, like I disrespected them and personally just attacked them. Let's do it again. Nah, bro, because people they be flagging my videos. Everybody knows where I stand, my radas. It's never gonna change, homie. It's Trump gang, bang, bang, bang. It's Trump gang or don't bang, homie. And I'm not ever gonna vote again ever in my life. How about that? You know what was crazy? After that live I did, you know, that live that I did, I lost like 5 subs, but then I got like 15 new subs. I was like, damn, bro, fools really got mad. And then I got messages. People were like, how dare you double down on what you said? And I was like, bro, you didn't think I was going to actually double down? You thought I was going to backtrack? Not me. And then 15 subs just came. I was like, damn, let's go then. Because they say if you lose 2, you gain 5. So who's ready for football? Nah, this is hey, bro, check it out. I'm gonna make it this simple. I'm not gonna get in all to this politics, but this is the reality. I'm not for weak-minded shit. So all the woke shit, I'm against woke shit all the way. Like if you're, you know what I'm saying? If you have any type of crybabiness in you and you're weak-minded and you're just about the colorful shit, and I'm not for that. Anything I could do to try to like get rid of that shit, agenda shit, that bullshit, like the rules and regulations and not agenda, I'm going to be against that. So that to sum it up, I'm always going to stand on that. Like, but I don't have to push it down people's throats and all that shit, man. I respect everybody's beliefs and you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be respectful. Shout out to everybody that stands firm on their beliefs though. We do got 72 genders, bro. Motherfuckers identify as a cup. You could wake up today and say, I identify as a cup. I identify as a motherfucking animal. We got the furry movement. We got the motherfucking fools that identify as 100 different alien species. And all I'm saying, Trump just said, no, bro, you can't. There's none of that. No bueno. We not doing that shit. We done with that shit. I know I mess with all y'all, man. I salute. Identify as a I mean, you can, fool. You can identify as a dildo. Wild, my homies. Thank you, my bro. Thank you, my homie Mose. Thank you, my Rada. Hey, you know what I'm saying? I got love for everybody though, bro. Like, if you got love for the savage, homie, I got love for you. Just don't bring, I want you to be a solidified rider and don't bring your identifications, identifying some crazy shit on the channel, bro. I want to know you as you, homie. I want you to know me as me. I want us to be in peace. Mind is still, heart of stone. Salute to the real ones though, man. That's wild thing to identify as. But you can, my bro. You can. That's what they say. All right, let's get this. I'm just playing around, people. Hey, shout out to everybody on their Friday. Good vibes, bro. Good vibes Friday, man. Got love for everybody. I hope everybody has a beautiful, blessed weekend. I'm moving, but I hope everybody's blessed, though. I hope everybody's blessed. Did she take that? Jesus is Lord. Thank you. Jesus is Lord. I mean, I agree with you on that, man. Jesus is Lord. I absolutely do agree with that. That statement, that's the best thing. That's really the best thing ever in my life, bro. Like standing on faith and standing on my beliefs about that before anything else, bro. Like that's kind of what got me to just stay sane, bro. Like if I didn't have that in my life, bro, I would have just been a loose cannon and just everything out here would have been explosive for me, bro. But having that sense that I need something to stand on, and faith was the best thing that I ever could do for myself. And luckily, you know, I told my wife this the other day. I'm glad you guys kept me in prayer, bro. I'm glad my mom and my wife kept me in prayer, because I was a lot like the rest of us, bro. Like the rest of us, I was lost. I mean, I was lost. My God at one time was gangbanging. Like I idolized gangbanging, homie. Like everything about gangbanging, I idolized it, bro. I put that before everything. I love Crippin' in the East Side before I love my mom, homie. Before anything, I'd die for that shit. I was gonna put off full-heartedly. I was going to the casket for that shit. I was down to catch life sentences for that shit. Didn't even care about myself, bro. That's how extensive it got. Like real shit. And when it all said and done, homie, I could be a member of an organization till the casket, bro, because people just know me. But I don't identify as that shit no more, bro. There's no reason. I used to, you know, this is how I know I matured, bro. This is how I know I matured. Because I was that type when foods that I didn't like got chipped off in the streets, I would actually glorify and celebrate that shit. I wouldn't do what the kids do now where they're pushing it on people's fucking head and stuff, but and deep down, I was like, one of the ops got killed. Hell yeah. Let's celebrate that shit. And that's a crazy ass mindset, bro, because I didn't really respect life, homie. You know what I'm saying? I didn't respect life. Faith keeps me grounded. How you got to believe in something, because if you don't believe in something and you don't have morals and values that you stand on, you'll fall for everything, bro. People are falling for the craziest shit out here. We were talking about this in the live the other night. People are falling for the flat eye. They're flat earth. The flat earth. People are really falling for this shit. Falling for anything. Flat earth. You a flat earther? See, I'm trying to get to a point though, really, to be truthful. My mom, bro, like testimony of my mother. It doesn't matter what she's going through. She keeps a smile on her face, homie. Like she's fully embedded, like all the way, full throttle. Nothing can break her happiness. And sometimes I was getting mad at moms because there could be a fool out here that disrespect her and she'll just pray for him, bro. And I used to get pissed at that. You know, she has a lot of love in her heart for people, you know, so I'm trying to get to a point where my love outweighs my hate. To be honest, bro, I deal with a lot of like hatred on things, bro. Like I got a lot of situations where I don't understand. So it turns into like bad taste, where it turns into like kind of some hate. Like, damn, bro, I don't like that. I don't like that, homie, you know, and I'm not trying to live like that anymore, to be honest. I'm not trying to live like that anymore, homie. Because it doesn't even turn out just hate. You really start living your mentals like that, like all the way. You walk around with just hate and everything. Like And that shit is so unhealthy, bro. That is like an unhealthy way to conduct yourself, is just hate. And I caught myself actually just being mad in this world and just hating everything, you know, to a point. Violence was the biggest thing, bro. Like, violence was the biggest thing. Like, if I hated it, I would try to destruct it. Like, and it started making me sick. Getting older, bro, I used to feel like health problems were coming with that stuff. I'm going on 11 years clean. So I have had a lot of stuff fixed and think about, and just believing in something helps a lot. Yeah, bro. Keep with that walk. Keep striving, my bro. Keep striving. You gotta keep striving, my brother. You know? You do, my homie. Now we got ghosts in this house? Yeah, you gotta keep striving, homie. You gotta keep going, bro. That's what's gonna define you, is just keep going. Strive for what you believe in, the good stuff, you know. Yeah, I'm in here cleaning it up. I'm about to vacuum the rest of this living room. We got a majority of all the big stuff out, all the like the crazy, like heavy stuff. We did that yesterday. This is all we really have right here. The rest of this will fit in one load, and we on to the new apartment, new journey, man. Yeah, I heard he got arrested. I heard that fool got arrested, and then I heard that fool got bailed out or something, and then Joe Rogan. Yeah, I seen that. What was that all about, bro? That was craziness right there. I'm gonna be real with you though, homie. See, that's why you have to just be yourself, because the Liver King, he lied to everybody. Like, that's what I'm talking about, bro. He lied to everybody, bro. Like, he stood firm on what he was saying, and then got exposed. And ever since that, he literally just disappeared. And now he was having a breakdown and he was tripping. It's like, you gotta be 100 to yourself, bro. Like, just be real. If you're an influencer and you work out, don't tell kids you're not natural. You know what I'm saying? Tell kids, I do steroids. I don't push it on your head, but I do steroids. Like, don't play with the public. A lot of people looking up to this dude, and then he gets exposed for that. It's like, man, what message are you sending to these kids? Yeah, he lost it because he got exposed for doing PEDs. He lost it because he literally got exposed for doing steroids. Damn. Yeah, that's because all them steroids. I'm like, you should have just been real like the other dude, Rich, and I would have had a little more respect. He was like, I do steroids, and I tell people not to do steroids. You know? Now, and that goes back to the point. Of me, right? Of me. Yes, I gave 30 plus years to politicking, bro. I literally gave 30 plus years to gang banging. I'm talking about front lining. I'm talking about every ounce of me was banged out, bro. Like, tripping on everything moving that's not us. If you ain't from the hood, you know good. If you ain't from the revolution, I gives a fuck. Homie, fuck your dead homies and everything. You know what I'm saying? And I did that shit for 30 plus years. I had a dramatic change in my life with health, bro. I had a lot of, my eyes had to be open to how politicking really is and how the homies really are. And I can honestly say, bro, I'm not that individual no more, because this is the thing is, bro, when you have a dramatic change with faith and God delivers you, you don't really see stuff for what it is no more. So I come on here and I give you the full hearted honesty with me. I'm a peaceful individual now. I'm a person that tries to strive for success. I don't politic, bro. I'm not into banging. I mean, yes, I'm going to be a member because people identify me as that, but I don't even take that identification no more. I'm a son of Christ, bro. That's what I do. But I got love for the backyard of Denver, Colorado. So there's history out here. And sometimes, you know what I'm saying? It may look like I'm going crazy, but the reality is, bro, I'm a dude that goes to work. I try to look for peace. I don't want the shine. I don't want to be the biggest known baller out here. I don't want to be the top gangster. It's overrated to be a gangster, bro. It's overrated to be the top dude. It's overrated. What do you get for that shit? Like, real talk, being a fool that gave a lot into the neighborhood, homie, you don't get shit back from that shit. You don't even get respect from the younger generation nowadays. And I was thinking about this shit because this is the reality, homie. This is the truth. Some of the homies that got a lot of love and respect for me, if I wanted to today, bro, I could just go get the keys and drive the car. And even if there was a person that had top rank in what we do, I would be the first motherfucker to make decisions on shit. And I don't even want that shit, bro. I could care less about that shit. I care about succeeding, bro. That's all I care about. You know what I'm saying? I'm in Denver. Glad you turned the corner. I had to. I'm sick to my stomach. Like, real shit. You know? A couple of my homies, 100%, just like, hey, bro, pull up to the function. We got some shit. Like, what should we do on this shit? I'm like, you know, for me, it's not my situation anymore, bro. I don't even have no, in my heart, bro, it would be some smoke and mirror type shit. It would be some shit I'm like, I'm not feeling that shit no more, bro. I'm not feeling how the politics is. Like, you look on this YouTube, bro, they make a mockery of gangbanging all the way across. It's a mockery, homie. It's looked down upon by society as last of the last, homie. And me, I'm a person that tries to stand on morals and value. Me, like, we take this shit serious when we're banging. Like, everything is about this politic and everything's about this gang shit. Fools don't do that shit no more. You can blatantly disrespect in front of your opposition and literally get away with no fades, no discipline. You could snitch. There's not discipline. You could do whatever you want. You could mess with a tranny, homie, and fools are gonna vouch for that. It's cool, bro. When I was growing up, none of that shit was gonna be able to be an activity in our circle. Like, there's violations, there's takeoff, there's everything, bro, that's coming with that shit. Nowadays, nobody cares about that shit. And then I think about that shit too. Having the reputation that I have, what does that give me in life, bro? Can I get a job off my reputation? Can I go get a job and make some money? Can I start a business, get an apartment off that reputation? Hell no. Because these business people don't give a fuck about your reputation. Like, real shit. That's just the real. Hell yeah, you have to. Like, you gotta, you know, and I'm gonna be real with you. My mom was a single mom. She raised boys and a girl. And my mom couldn't really raise us because we were looking for male role models. The hood took us and became our father figures, the neighborhood, the OGs. But one of the main things that I can always remember my mom doing from an early age, like, I can remember this as a grown man. My mother would pray and pray and pray and pray and pray and pray that we would see the light. So I don't know the aspect of like your beliefs, but if you do believe in God or anything, keep your sons in prayer, because really my mom's prayer never went void. Even it took me a little long to get that, but you got to understand, like, real talk. Even though my mom had to give me over to God, there was many times that I should have been dead. I got shot twice. I literally, in shootouts multiple times on a weekly basis, and I got shot. And I got shot in the chest right here where my heart is. The protection on my life was because of my mom's prayer. I had to go to the penitentiary and fight life sentences, and God's protection was still on my life. Then I got out and I got an amazing wife, her prayer. So the prayers, yes, I had to figure this out, and it took a long process. But my mom's and my wife's prayer was still on my life, and it finally was answered. So keep your boys in prayer. Keep your boys in prayer. That's what I can say. Like, if I can make it out, bro, a loose cannon like Savage SEV, that at one time, nothing mattered but gang politics. Nothing. I don't give a fuck. Sorry about my language, so I shouldn't be cussing like this, but I'm just talking with passion right now. I didn't care about nothing else than gangbanging, homie. Anybody that knows me, you could ask everybody that knows me, homie. Every ounce of me, energy-wise, was politicking, gangbanging, homie. Like, because I try to create and reboot my neighborhood. There was no hope for me, bro, but God said, you got a better plan. That's the reality. God's purpose and his plan outshined anything the hood could give me, bro, because the hood gave me respect, and it gave me a name for being a big homie and an OG and having little baby homies. But in real society, in this real life that we live, that's hard for everybody. That's just extra shit. And I can't, my resume from the neighborhood, it doesn't matter to these people out here. They don't care about how much of a writer you are. They don't care about how much time you did. They don't care about your hood stripes. They care about you got an education. They care about if you're level-headed to run certain parts of a company. A lot of times being that, what I was, it messed up my job opportunities. My mental is affected. Not just going to prison, almost catching life sentences was the situation. My mental is messed up. I think you can really feel that song. Which one? You ever hear the song by Woody Streets Are Calling? It sounds familiar. I mean, it does. It sounds familiar. It sounds familiar, man. I'm going to have to check that out after the live. I'm gonna have to check that out after the live. Give it a listen. Yeah. I'm gonna definitely do that. Yeah, that sounds like a good song, bro. I'm gonna definitely give that a listen. Yeah, that's all that's about. That's all that's about, Boss State. That's just kind of how Savage feels about it, you know. He's a Northenian, and that matters. But Woody raps about more than gang shit. Yeah, homie, like, I think I've heard of him. I mean, I think I've actually heard a couple songs from that dude. You know, I think I heard a couple songs from that dude. Wasn't there some little Northenian fool that just got killed though too? I'm listening to it now. Let's see if it's on it. What's the song? Let me hear it. Let me hear what the song is called. Let's see real quick. Alexa, play Woody Streets Are Calling. Alexa, volume 7. Alexa, volume 9. Is it right here?
police in the park last. If I keep a strap when I come across a killer, another day I'll have to find the killer in the mirror. I wake up every morning, keep my vision on my lid. Just another day to see what tomorrow's got to give. I'm addicted to the liquor in the tips. I feel the sticker. 40 years of when that happened, but I did it. Mostly goes to staying drunk in the living anymore. Talking hoes and rolling triple rolls and ways up in the jump for to ask me. Every day I used to bang and I'm not telling them. But I want those light changed and I hate to see it cry with the tears from my eyes. And trying to tell her everything is gonna be alright. I look at tightly as I leave the bottom. But for now I gotta go, this is nature calling me. My mother prays and I live the life I lead. Now I'm trying to take my way, but these streets are calling me. And I love it to death, but at the same time I'm a soldier. I gotta put on with the power of the get over. My mother prays and I live the life I lead. Now I'm trying to take my way, but these streets are calling me. And I love it to death, but at the same time I'm a soldier. I gotta put on with the power of the get over. Oh, and y'all can throw so they're taking chances. I work with all my hoes up in drug induced trances. People's exes, throw our lives and supply different strategies to kill our enemies and knock your cards. That's why homie got shot in the squad. If it paralyzed, I see nothing but deep despair. But I never took Nobody just don't want to was there. It's a really better than a hard. It's a hard. You feel those fucking up after what we not getting far. It's a cold. It's a love of most ingredients. All they won't give my way. I learned a load to make your head explode. Now what? My model living in the bottle. In the bottle. If this shit starts to get you fit right at the fully out. I'm on the way. The life I lead. Yeah, I'm trying to take my way. But it's calling me. And I know it is. But at the same time, I'm a soldier. I gotta put in work with my because they gave it over. My mother prays. The life I lead.
Yeah, that's hard. Yeah, that's tight. Where he from? He from California right there? Damn, he passed away. That's sad, bro. That was a hard song right there. He was spitting some real shit. Cause really, to be honest, bro, there's a lot of individuals that just, especially when you got a lot of time into politicking and basically we all trying to find a way out at one time, bro. Like fools ain't trying to stay in the hood just rooted for their whole life to get killed, bro. Cause that's all that really comes with it. You gonna die to it. Some fools, Alexa, volume 5. But some fools just they so rooted to the homies and they so rooted to the family because outside of that, they don't really have an identity, bro. They don't really they feel if they, you know what I'm saying, people are so harnessed to being loyal, right? The loyal aspect. And the real loyal people, bro, are the ones that get the most disloyal towards them. The real fools that have loyalty in them, they're the ones that get the bad end of shit, bro. They're the ones that are going to take the baggage from everything, homie, because they're loyal. Their loyal outweighs their own self-dignity. Their loyalty to the hood, they'll be more loyal to the hood. Alexa, volume 2. Alexa, volume 2. And they won't even understand, bro, the loyalty to their self and their self-dignity is being destroyed because they're loyal to this shit. And people stand on this thing. I'm gonna be from the hood and I'll die for this shit, bro. Alexa, turn off. Alexa, turn off. So have you ever heard of Mr. Doctor? Yeah, I have. He's a rapper, right? There were so many times for myself, bro. There were so many times for myself. I put loyalty before everything to the neighborhood, bro. I left my family for the neighborhood because I had it in my mind, homie. The neighborhood was always there. Seven, the rapper said, when I never had none, the hood was there. But the reality is when you say the hood was there, you're not putting it in consideration. The hood literally will use you and abuse you when you think it's there. They gonna put the pistol in your hand and tell you actually catch a penitentiary risk. They gonna put the crack sack in your hand and tell you to go put your life on the line for a penitentiary risk instead of teaching you how to get a job. You know what I'm saying? They don't have, there's no real well-being for youngsters, homie. These fools that are OGs, they use and abuse these little fools for what they can use them. And then when there's no more use for them, they literally throw them away, homie. And then I'm saying that for the real's dearest, bro. These little fools that catch a murder case for the hood and the OGs won't even actually ride with them fools while they're doing that time. They gonna forget them, homie. They ain't even gonna get a letter from the OGs that put them in that predicament. They ain't gonna get no money. They ain't gonna get no visits. They ain't gonna be checking up on their mom and their family. They ain't gonna be checking up on their daughters and their kids. They gonna be out here trying to sleep with the fool's baby's mom. This is the OG trying to sleep with the young fool's baby's mom, and he's doing time behind the hood. So where's the loyalty towards that little fool? Like, it's crazy to me, homie. It's mind blowing. Oh yeah, man, that's a sad thing. And my biggest strength was my biggest weakness, because my biggest strength, bro, was operating and being a front liner for my neighborhood, being a front liner for the neighborhood, homie. And I at the end, bro, I was literally by myself at the worst time in my life, homie. The hood wasn't even there. Like there was like 3 people I could actually count on to check up on me when I was hella sick, bro. I was dying. I had a whole problems, and everybody done left. Everybody. There was only 1 person to 2 people that actually stayed and checked up on me on a regular basis, bro. The other homies, not a phone call, bro. Not a well-being. I was literally, there was a time, bro, where I really felt like I was dying from health, homie. One of the worst times in my life, bro. And the homies they deserted the whole situation, bro. Let me know about, yeah, that's what I was trying to get a hold of you by. Do you have a Gmail, my bro? Because I don't have a phone. And if you do, my Gmail is SEV, S-E-V, Cisneros, C-I-S-N-E-R-O-S 2707 at gmail.com. Hit me up on there, bro, because that's the only way I can actually communicate. I don't have a phone at this time. So my wife wanted to go too. So I don't know if you have any more tickets or any extra tickets, but yeah, we down to go though, bro. Definitely. We definitely down to go. Yeah, no, that's just the truth, homie. That's the honest truth. Like, it ain't gonna get no realer than that, bro. It ain't gonna get no realer than that. And another thing is too, 2025. The hell you banging in 2025 for, bro? There's not even a code to bang for, homie. The code done been wiped out by infiltrators. And fools really are trying to bang in this era, homie. This is the worst time to be a banger, bro. This is the worst time to be a banger. There's no honor in the banging no more. There's no morals. There's no foundations to gangbanging, homie. There's no. Fools is backwards gangbanging in 2025. You know, once the code got put in perspective, once there's no structure and no code, it means that everybody's just running around with their heads cut off. Anything can happen. You're allowed to do whatever you want with no discipline, no consequences. And the real ones that feel some type of way about it, it's just people just say, hey, get over it. You got to adapt with the time. Nah, bro. I'm not never going to adapt with infiltrating of snitching, bro. I'm not never going to adapt with that there's protocol, homie. And the OGs, the ones that's been here, you got to respect that shit. The fools that came before you. But little fools don't even respect that shit. Little fools will pop a OG with no remorse, bro. So it's SEV, SEV, Cisneros, CISNEROS, 2707 at gmail.com. And that's how it is now. Yeah, bro. And for me, like, this is how I always think about it, bro. If you gave me a 5% chance that there was some type of foundation in the hoods and there was actually a reason that I should actually put my energy into that shit again, if there was 5% ounce of foundation left, I'd probably still be out there front lining for the neighborhood building, bro. But there's not even a 5% chance of there being a structure and a foundation anymore, bro. What's the point of that shit? Everything that I banged for, homie, and everything that I put my life on the line for, it's out the window nowadays. Because nobody stands on that shit. Nobody stands on that shit. You see it from every city and state. People are allowing everything to take place, which I never could ever be a person that would allow that shit. I'm too much of a person that tries to keep it solid. You see these fools disrespectful, homie, allowing little fools like this is how bad it goes. I know people say you should focus in on this. You got a little fool from Utah that think he bangs, bro. Think he actually a gangbanger and saying he gonna slap some fools from the opposition. And he put in a stamp on the blood saying he a Don Move from Utah. And we all know he's not. We ain't supposed to get his fool no energy. Knowing this dude is a young fool, but he just literally mocking the whole politic wise. And then you got some fool from California saying that's his nephew, vouching and stamping this little dude. Stamping Kakashi 6ix9ine and stamp. I'm talking about when I say stamp, allowing these fools to actually exist instead of saying, nah, bro, no. You know what I'm saying? Not nipping that shit in the butt. Island boys, all these fools that bang these cultures. And fools ain't even pressing no issue on that shit, just allowing it, homie. That's how I know it's dead. When you got fools like that, Chris Browns and Soldier Boys banging, homie. You got the fool on Adam 22 that had he supposed to be a Keyway, bro, and he got a whole transgender. Talk about he a Crip. What? Like, come on, bro. What? Yeah, I'm cool off that shit. I'm good off that. What year did you start go? I actually went to the mix in 2007, bro. I was in the halfway house. And to be honest, I only went to the mix because it got me out of the halfway house on Sundays. And then I started going, and then I started attending it because my mom wanted to know about what church she should attend, and I brought her over there to the mix. Yeah, the mixed church. It was our generation that failed the generation. Yeah, but I think it's this too, Mikey, is that, I mean, I think it is this too, Wi-Fi is a lot of the generation that we're from either went to the penitentiary for like a lot of time or got killed. Now, there was a lot of the crack epidemic in the 80s and 90s, but I think, yes, in a sense, that's true. But I think a lot of it, too, is like top leaders got erased, bro. They started locking fools up. There was nobody to teach. There was nobody, you know, a lot of fools died, homie. Like in them 90s, bro, in the 80s was like, it was a dangerous game, you know? And then there was so much separation too, bro. There was so much separation behind it because like with there being that not enough leaders and fools pressing the lines and pushing the line for like the OGs, the young fools were just taught by other young fools. I still spank. My son's in his 10, but he's polite and doing well. Nice, homie. That's good. That's actually good. That's a beautiful thing. You know, your sons will always, they always gonna love their mama. Like, I'm a mama boy. I'm a mama's boy. Shout out to my moms, you know, especially if, especially if you do everything in your power to keep them on the right track. Like, they gonna, even if it's like what we do as teenagers, we bicker with our moms and sometimes we think we're bigger than our mom. But in the end, later down the road, we appreciate that shit, all the hard work they put in, you know, like to be real, to be 100. I remember that you had that long hair. Yeah, I did have long hair. I had hair all the way to the middle of my back at one time. Long ass hair. I'm actually gonna grow my hair out on the top again. It's getting look kind of long now. I'll probably just grow it out again, man. Fades, bro. I try to get fades and do the fade thing, but my hair grows too fast. Like, dang. I want it to look business orientated and sophisticated. My hair's kind of getting long, man. I'm probably just gonna let it grow out again, man. Just look at that shit, bro. What's going on? At least that. What if I rocked it like that, though? Is that the young Yugamon right there? Hey, one thing though. Hey, don't judge me, homie. Don't judge me. At least my wife, she's a cosmetologist, bro. She knows how to actually braid. At least I could just throw my shit in 2 braids. And it is what it is. We in 2025, bro. I could rock my stuff in 2 braids. It is. It is what it is. I'm just tired of going to get fades, bro. I'm tired of going to pay $35, $40 a fade. And then it grows out in a matter of 3 days. And I got to go pay that. Like, that's so tiring, bro. I don't care what nobody says. I'm gonna rock my shit in some braids, 2 braids. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And that's another thing is too, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got no, like, it's a little receding, but you know what I'm saying? Like, this is the thing. The fools that say, bro, you shouldn't be, you know what I'm saying? Don't rock your shit in braids. Like, you just mad because your ass can't rock braids. You got receding hairline. Your shit is losing. You're balding up here. You know what I'm saying? I got a full set of hair, homies. I got some hair, homie. I got a full set of hair. That's one thing about Cisneros family. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing about the Cisneros family, bro. We were blessed to have no baldness with the males, bro. We were blessed to have no baldness with the males. All my cousins have long hair. It's just a Cisneros trait. We were the first family out here to actually braid down our shit. Like, my family all braided down their shit forever. Forever. So I might just go back to the roots. I hit you with an email. All right, yeah, for sure. After I get off this live, I'll hit you, bro, and we'll chop it up. I had to get the this is kind of why I did this live too, because I know you might have been peeping in. I did this live because I needed to get a hold of you to let you know we want to go. You know what I'm saying? I want to go to the brewery tour. And I was like, man, I don't got a phone. I don't even have your number no more, to be real with you. because my other phone, but I was like, let me try to get a message to them. I'm glad you popped in, and I'll chop it up with you on Gmail. What up? Please. All this stuff is ready to go.
Yeah, for sure. No, man, don't get down, son. Oh, you're welcome. And I'll give you a call later on. We're gonna get this last load and out of here.
Coaches.
Yeah, we've been going at it since 7 this morning. So
I'm gonna tap out because I gotta go do this next load, and then we're out of here. I will do live stream tonight, probably from the new house if I got a little bit of time. Shout out to everybody. Success over everything. Miguel, I'm gonna hit you on email, but we want to pull up over there tomorrow. So let's set it in the stone. God bless everybody, man. Y'all have a beautiful Friday. And to the next one, man. You know what it is. Let's go.